In the Fraser and Caton Homes area of Savannah, off what was once called West Broad Street, the median income is $8,200 a year. Unemployment is 50%, and well over half the kids will not graduate high school. Just behind the housing projects that bear those grim statistics is the West Broad Street YMCA, where battle is waged every day with the dynamics of the problem.
It's all incremental steps. We're not going to end poverty overnight, we know that. But we do know that a pattern has to be broken. So we start with children. We can get a child educated, we can give them some hope, we can give them dreams.
Peter Dolliber believes that dreams are built on reading and math, especially reading. So that skill is the focus in the yellow brick building on May Street.
Everything they learn is based on language. Math is based on language. So when a kid enters kindergarten and has a vocabulary of about 20,000 words compared to his wealthier counterpart with about 100,000 words, they can never catch up.
And what are you making?
Headband.
A headband. But there's creative learning afoot too. Molly Lieberman was a student in the Fibers program at SCAD when she was recruited to bring her knitting abilities to the Y. Bundled in with the artistic accomplishment is a hard skill that's invaluable.
You know, just to make yourself focus on something long enough to really master it and really get it is a great skill to have, because if you can learn how to knit and kind of stick with that, then you can stick with other things, and we need that in life. We need to have that perseverance.
Well, you see how it's growing up?
They call it the comeback Y, and with good reason. A working garden funded by Gulfstream, a playground donated by Home Depot, a newly renovated pool. All have come about in just the last 5 years, after the West Broad Street Y was defunded temporarily by the United Way and given just one more year by its YMCA parent. At the time, Mayor Otis Johnson said that funding it was like throwing money down a hole. Credit a handful of tenacious board members, the city of Savannah, and the creative energy of Peter Dolliber with a stunning turnaround.
We are very creative in our approach in supporting the families who immediately live in this neighborhood, and sometimes we just have to be creative in terms of how we approach them.
When you start thinking about all the working families and children needing a place to go in the afternoons, having a place like the West Broad Street Y to come for recreation and tutorial services and that sort of thing, I just think it's a great support.
The West Broad Street Y was founded in 1942, the early part of the war, for black soldiers on leave who, because of segregation, weren't allowed in the white USO. The first building was an embarrassment, and they soon relocated near Connors Temple Baptist Church. In 1968, they moved to May Street, a location square in the middle of the city's toughest area.
We're in the poverty, high crime rate area. So that's why we're here. We're here to provide those activities because some of the children only see this area. They don't get outside this little box.
Dolliber says they couldn't be anywhere else.
People respect you when you stand with them. People respect you when you work with them, when you stand shoulder to shoulder with them, when you listen to them, when you care about them deeply, and when you're here for them day after day after day and you don't move. So we have to be in this community to serve this community.
But Dolliber emphasizes he doesn't stand alone. The partnerships that have developed in the past 5 years have reached from the library to the Boys and Girls Club, to the Telfair, to the Spiva Law Group's martial arts classes. And coming in March, primary health care. From all of those partnerships, the West Broad Street Y hopes to build a community that can stand on its own.
As a community, we can only grow if we have people ready to take on jobs. So if we're not grooming the next generation to take on jobs, that all work is honorable, and that while we want every kid prepared for college, we really want every kid prepared for life and for work. So if we can get kids with that kind of work ethic, we'll have a stronger community in the future. If we can take adults now who don't have that ethic because no one taught it to them, and we can teach it to them, we have a stronger community now. People won't have to go all over God's creation to find people to work. They're here.